Hi, welcome back. Today I'll be doing my August book haul. I've got about 13 books here and some bookmarks to show you. I'm going to start with one you've probably seen already on my channel. This is the complete works of William Shakespeare. This is the Barnes & Noble leatherbound editions, which I absolutely love. I do have a couple of these already. And I've always been wanting to get the Shakespeare complete works. This is the end papers on it. It's got like the gold leaf edges and a little bookmark built in. Sadly, it's not illustrated. It's the title page. But it was just something nice to have on the shelf. You can see that's kind of the typeface. The size of the print can be a little small, but still something I've always wanted to kind of add to my collection. I had a really beautiful set some time ago, quite some time ago, and I, for some unknown reason, gave it away. So big regret there, but anyway, I'm happy to have that added to my collection. I also mentioned that I am participating in ShakeTube 2017, which is a read-along of Shakespeare plays over the next 15 weeks, kind of on through December 1st. And each week we're reading a different play. This is hosted by Lukash Books and Curtis Books and Films. And last week we read The Taming of the Shrew. This week we're reading Richard III. So I decided to go ahead and pick up one of these No Fear Shakespeare editions. They've got a nice little small, good, handy size. I can kind of illustrate, highlight passages that I want. The next thing about them is on the left side of the page you have the original Shakespearean text, and on the right you have sort of more contemporary language, so it makes it a little easier to understand. So if I'm finding trouble with some of the passages, I can kind of just look right across the page and just get some little clarification on what I just read if I didn't understand it. So I'm really enjoying these. So that's the one we're currently reading. And so I picked up another one for next week's, which is Romeo and Juliet. Another kind of read-along that I'm participating in, or will be participating in when September begins, is The Decameron by Giovanni Boccaccio. Kind of a chunky book here. Adam at Memento Mori is doing the read-along, which we will be reading from September 1st through September 30th. And every 10 days he's going to be doing a discussion video. And I've already kind of tabbed out the pages, so there's like, it takes place over 10 days, this story, and every day these characters tell like 10 stories to each other. So it's like 100 stories. So 100 stories divided by 30, I kind of broke down to just over 3 stories per day. So anywhere from 3 to 4 stories is kind of how I figured out how to break that down. Let me go ahead and read you the synopsis of it. It says, 10 young Florentines, 7 women and 3 men, flee the Black Death of 1348 by escaping to the countryside overlooking the city. There they spend 10 days telling each other stories, 100 in all, running the gamut of medieval genres and themes, romances, tragedies, comedies, farces. Their stories overflow with wit, earthiness, and bawdy irreverence. Boccaccio's reputation as one of the world's greatest authors rests entirely on this singular, overflowing work. It has been a source of inspiration for countless other storytellers over the centuries. It's quite a chunky book here, too, and yeah, I sometimes, like I said, sometimes I pick 3 stories or 4 stories per day. I'm actually, the first day, I'm just literally reading the preface, which is probably the biggest chunk. And the stories are actually quite short, sometimes just a couple pages long. So it should be doable to get through. If I get through War and Peace, I should be able to get through this. The next book is one I won in a giveaway from Charlotte's channel over at Ramblings of an Elfpire. Although I think she may be changing her channel name to Novels and Knitting. That's like her blog post, so I don't know if that's going to be her YouTube channel. But she doesn't quite, unfortunately, upload as much as she used to. I'm kind of missing her channel, but she did talk about this book and hosted a giveaway, and I happened to win it. So this is The Reluctant Fundamentalist by Mohsin Hamid. She also included one of her hand-knitted bookmarks. It's a Harry Potter Gryffindor scarf. I'd have to kind of flatten it down to use it. I don't think I'll ever use it as a bookmark, but I thought it was really, really cute for, very nice of her to include that in there. But this one just sounded really kind of intriguing. The fact that the reader themselves, as you're reading it, you are a character in the book. So let me read you the synopsis on this one. At a Lahore cafe one evening, you meet a mysterious stranger. He asks you to join him for tea, and speaking impeccable English, he begins to tell you his story. It is this tale of how, as a young man, he went to America and embraced the Western dream, and even took a Western lover. As the night darkens, you learn of the souring of his dream and his love, of his feelings of anger and betrayal, and finally, other reasons for this chance meeting become abundantly clear. It just sounded kind of intriguing. I never read one too much that, like, the way it's written, you just really like the character in the book, so I'm intrigued to find out more about that. The next 3 are mangas. I picked up the 22nd volume of Attack on Titan, and this is by Hajime Isayama. A really cool series about these giant titans that attack humans. They actually eat them, and just the origins about these creatures, everything as it's revealed to you is really, really interesting. It's got some really fantastic artwork and it's very dynamic panels and lots of action. It's really, really great detail. I highly recommend that one. And I also picked up the final volume of Blood Lad by Yuki Kodama. Oddly enough, this one is like not even full size. Usually there are a couple volumes in one, so instead of finishing on a 10, they're finishing on a 9 and just leaving this little half mini volume of it. But I do enjoy that series a lot too. It's got vampires and lots of interesting creatures in it. And the last manga that I picked up this month is I Am a Hero. This is the 4th volume. There are 2 volumes in each of these omnibus. And it is by Kengo Hamazawa. And it's basically a zombie manga. Again, really, really great detailed artwork. Let me show you a good page here. He's got some really good details. The backgrounds are really fully filled out, and maybe a little gruesome there. But it's a really intriguing story. Moving on, I picked up some used books. I was happy to come across this one. This is Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, or Anna Karenin. For some reason, it's written differently here. This is one of the Penguin Black Spine editions. I got this for like 50 cents. Having just read War and Peace, I was intrigued to read more works by him, and yeah, I spotted this one. I went ahead and snatched it. I also found a used copy of The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and no, I have never read this book. So we're interested to find out about Holden Caulfield and what the rest of the story is about. I absolutely do not know, other than it's very polarizing. People either love the character or hate the character, but I really don't know what the plot is about. Curious. Yeah, some people like, you read books in school and it's like, because you're forced to read them, but I never had that issue. I was always intrigued by whatever book was presented. I never went thinking I'm going to hate this book or whatever. But I never got a chance to read that one, so now's my chance. Then I also picked up this book for like 25 cents. I think this one came from a used library sale. And it's The Land of Stories Beyond the Kingdoms by Chris Colfer. This is the 4th book in the series. It's like in mint condition. And it also has, in the back here, it has this little short story thing, which I'm surprised it's still in the book. Exclusive bonus chapter. So it was nice to find that in there. And I really enjoy these sort of reimagining of the classic fairy tales and like kind of what's taken place beyond what you've kind of read in the books. So the stories kind of continue. Just 2 more. This one I keep seeing whenever I'm shelving at work and stuff. I've just come across this cover and it just keeps pulling me into it. And I saw another booktuber, I don't remember what channel it was on, happened to show this, and I'm like, oh, they really enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm picking it up. And that is We the Drowned. This is by Karsten Jensen. Another, tome. Quite a big book. This is, how many pages here? About 675 pages or so. And I seem to be drawn to these kinds of stories lately. A lot of kind of shipwrecked, seafaring type things. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, read Robinson Crusoe. The one I'm currently reading, A Strange Manuscript Found in a Copper Cylinder, Canadian classic. That's also about like a shipwrecked sailor and the adventures that he ensue. Excuse me. But let me go ahead and read you the synopsis of it. It says it's an international bestseller, a thrilling epic tale of the sea. Hailed in Europe as an instant classic, We the Drowned is the story of the port town of Marstal, Denmark, whose inhabitants sailed the world from the mid-19th century to the end of the Second World War. The novel tells of ships wrecked and blown up in wars, of places of terror and violence that continue to lure each generation. There are cannibals here, shrunken heads, prophetic dreams, and miraculous survivals. The result is a brilliant seafaring novel, a gripping saga encompassing industrial growth, the years of expansion and exploration, the crucible of the first half of the 20th century, and most of all, the sea. And I'm going to check out that cover. Isn't that just the most gorgeous cover you've ever seen? But yeah, I'm just really intrigued by it, and like I said, I seem to be drawn to these stories lately and quite enjoying them, so I'm curious to find out more about that one. And the final one is a graphic novel. I'd seen this, I think I saw it first on Charlie's channel over at Duvet Day Devours. Not positive, but I think that's where I saw it. But I came across this when I was unpacking boxes, and I had to start flipping through it, and it just seems really intriguing. It comes up as a a middle grade graphic novel, and it's called Thornhill. I think it's by, I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name, Pam Smee? It's just S-M-Y, and it's just very dark looking. It's just, the cover alone, it just really pulled me in. It says that Philip Pullman actually blurbed it here on the back. It says the drawings are full of atmosphere, the words are full of tension and emotion, all the more powerful for being so sparingly revealed. I think it's terrific. And it's true, there's in some cases you just get darkness. It took a lot of work to do that. There's not a whole lot of text within it. It says it's about a lonely girl in a new town, a ghostly figure in the window. A derelict old house and a mystery spanning the decades. An orphan faces a bully alone and plots her revenge. Years later, a girl catches glimpses of a figure in the window of a burned out and abandoned old house and begins to unravel the mystery of Thornhill. So it sounds like part ghost, part mystery. Yeah, I was definitely drawn to it. Some of the illustrations within it. But yeah, sounds kind of creepy, so I was really into that. And lastly, the books are all finished. I did get a few bookmarks that I couldn't pass up at work when I saw them. They're Harry Potter metal page clips. I seem to like those the best because they don't fall out of the books. You can see that one right in there. And I just like the way they just snap on. I've had tassel bookmarks. I've had so many different kinds of bookmarks, but the tassels always fall off. It's so disappointing. You're just left with this little cardboard thing. But these are really quite nice. Here you've got the houses of Gryffindor. That's pretty cool. This says Harry Potter on the back. You can see that. Okay. And the next 3 sets that I have are all the figures. We have basically the main characters. There's Harry and Hermione and Ron and Draco. They look really cute. This one has a couple more here. It's a different Harry there. See, he's got a wand. And some of the other characters, because that's Luna Lovegood. That could be Neville. I'm not positive though. And then the last one I have, again, this one's a duplicate. If you get this group here, but no way around it. Dobby's kind of cute. Anyway, I thought those were so cute, so I'm looking forward to using those. But anyway, that's the end of my book haul. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.